always know it's the real deal. You get that real deal information when you get in that. When you get that raspy voiced grandpa figure that be living in the trenches or wherever his entire life. That nigga really know his shit. Word. Alright, chat. Let's get to it.
Very tight. Look.
Hard to breathe.
Very young on crack.
Any change, he's still in the crime.
Olha a volta que o mundo tá dando.
The ones we love never die.
Lots of bullet holes. Do you know how new these bullet holes are?
Oh, a couple of days ago. Look, the view,
What the
swimming pool for swimming.
Somebody like me coming up here alone would be the most stupid thing you could ever do.
Alone? Your dad.
Hey, yo! he said coming out here by yourself. You must be stupid.
Mercy! Imagina esse ano se esse hit pega. Mas olha agora o canalha chegou.
Following day, Piranha.
Do you wanna die?
Holy shit.
So welcome back
So
to
let's
another
get
day in
fucking
Rio
right.
de Janeiro, Brazil. Absolutely beautiful city. Today we're going to a favela. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to capture. We did go to a favela in the last video, but apparently the one we're going to today is a bit more on edge, a bit more dangerous. They're not really used to
shit.
seeing any foreigners or anything around there. So it might be a bit more tense. And then we're gonna go to the millionaire neighborhoods, the rich areas, and
Shit.
try and get a grasp of the disparity in wealth,
fuck.
the lower class and the upper class. So let's jump in the car, meeting up with my friend Guilherme today again, and we're gonna explore this magical city of Rio. Let's go.
Oh shit! Y'all definitely gotta visit there, bro. Shit, I definitely gotta go there, man.
Okay, so we've driven near Copacabana Beach, the famous Copacabana Beach. You can see behind me there's a favela up there in a really interesting position between the buildings. It's going to be an interesting climb going up. We're going to go right into the middle. We have to be very careful. There's people right near me doing crack cocaine right now. It's quite an extreme atmosphere.
Hey yo! Hey yo! What the fuck? Jesus!
I'm going to have to put the camera down. There's
What?
apparently lots of guns and gang activity we're going to be seeing. Met up with a local guide, so I've got two local guides, one local guide who knows Rio well, and then one from the favela itself. So let's see how things go.
Falou com o moleque que esbarrou nela.
Very young on crack. Very sad.
You're bad?
No, they're going to get crack now. Very young.
How do you know?
I know the way they look like, man.
Right.
They like desperate. They're not sleeping. You feel the atmosphere here is heavier than Rocinha. It's heavier.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Really?
I like
You can see this wall here, there's lots of bullet holes. This favela is definitely a lot more tense than the one we went to in the last video for sure.
But that should be tight, nigga.
Do you know how new these bullet holes are?
AK-47, AR-15.
But I mean,
7.62.
how new they are? When did they happen?
Oh, a couple of days ago.
Right, it's recent.
Damn.
Some not.
It's always happening then.
Always happening.
Yeah.
The ones we love never die, only depart
Yeah.
before us.
So if you saw the last video, you'll know that all this electricity is actually hijacked from the main system, which means that the residents of Rio have to pay a further 30% of their power bills to cover the power of the favelas. And they also tap into the pipes for running water, and they take that illegally from the system. Here with Guilherme again, and this favela is significantly more tense than the last
More
one
tense,
we visited,
absolutely.
right? We just walked past a guy with a big gun just hanging out, but we've got our local guide Fernando here, and he was just sharing some interesting points about like prostitution, how it's not allowed, and it's the opposite
Yes.
of what the news reflects.
It really depends on like which drug gang represent the slum. So we're talking about 3 drug gangs, so they have their own rules. So one of the rules, like people that like over 18, they're not allowed to date girls under 18. This one, they allow to use crack.
Oh, they do.
They do.
But other places they don't allow it.
Some of them,
Right.
but now most of them they allow because it's a way to make more money. This one is more intense because we consider it's like not commercial slum.
Right.
They are not like Rocinha the other day that we
Yeah.
went, because it's located in the south zone of Rio. A lot of money involved. So other drug gangs wanted to take the territory.
Take the territory.
Because a lot of money, man. You're in Copacabana, right?
Yeah, this favela fuels the kind of drug trade of the
Absolutely.
tourism and the domestic tourism.
I would say all the slums from south zone of Rio. The south zone, that's where all the hotels are, all the upscale neighborhoods. So that's where the money is.
Beaches
And eventually it's the most dangerous part of the city because that's where we live.
That's where the money is.
The money is, exactly.
So people are keeping an eye on it. Like,
Yeah.
they already know we're
Okay.
here.
Oh, they know because Fernando need to ask for permission and tell the guys like, hey, I'm gonna lead a group today. I love this place because keep me awake, keep me
Gets your heart rate going, right?
exactly unpredictable.
You never know when something could pop off, right?
never know,
there
man.
could be open fire
Man,
any minute.
we're here right now. All of a
fuck,
sudden,
nigga,
the
how you
police
like
can come,
that?
open a fire, and we have to go to one
I
of
don't know,
these
man. I
houses
guess
to
that's
hide
your spot.
ourselves
That's what
Okay.
and wait until
It finishes.
it finish.
Right.
And sometimes it lasts long, 12 hours,
Wow.
10 hours. Crazy.
Right. Somebody like me coming up here alone would be the most stupid thing you could ever do.
Alone, you're dead.
Yeah.
Man, you're dead.
Yeah.
You see, like the first place, they'll be like, man, what are you doing here with this camera? They don't know who you are. You could be an enemy. You could be a police, you know? Drug civil war in Rio kills more than Syria.
Really?
So you have more deaf people. Here we have the Gaza Strip, sorry,
Yeah.
Gaza Strip. We have in a favela here, we call Faixa de Gaza.
Really?
Yeah, back in the days, used to kill more people than Syria war. Lots of machine guns, AK-47, AR-15, 7.62, 9 millimeters.
So I've just been invited into a house just to give a bit of a tour of a house here. So we're gonna meet the lady here and check it out.
Tá amarrado, pode entrar.
Enira?
É,
Prazer, Enira. Guilherme Nick.
prazer. Tá bagunçado,
Very
viu?
tight. Look.
Very narrow and
Very narrow, yeah.
Jeez.
hard to breathe.
Yeah, my head is touching the roof here.
Já viu como é ter banheirinho?
Into the bedroom. Bed. There's a sink over there. Some ornaments. Okay.
It's not cheap to buy a house or to rent a house, you know?
Right.
So here you might pay $100, man, a month.
And what would be the income of somebody if they're paying $100 a month? How much are
They
they?
make the minimum wage, almost 1,100 reais. They buy things, credit card or credit.
So they get into debt or?
Always.
Uh-huh.
Brazilians always live with the debt.
Acontecia sempre à noite, quando os ladrões
Sim.
preparavam a carga roubada.
Quando?
1045. Ando na praia,
Aham, gosto de andar.
às vezes faz atividade física. Diga no morro.
Calma aí que...
Então a casa toda é essa aqui.
Obrigado.
De nada.
Tudo de bom, tá?
Tá.
So we're in the favela, but you can see how close the main city here. They're so close, but they're worlds apart.
100%.
So we've just come up to this viewpoint here. Very beautiful, as always in this country. It's the beauty mixed in with the tense atmosphere, but we just walked past a bunch of guys. There was like crack cocaine and weed sitting on the ground, and then dudes holding heavy weapons. The interesting part is though is that you have you have these really intense scenes that your kind of heart's pumping and you just you look straight, you don't look at them. Sometimes they put their hand out to fist bump you, which is pretty cool, but I try to just like look forward. I think that's the safest thing to do. But then you have like these areas with restaurants and clothes shops that are actually quite, you know, developed looking. They're selling different kinds of sports equipment and things. It's really interesting. There's mobile phone fixing shops.
Yo, chat, this shit is scary. Like, that shit is genuinely scary, the fuck?
Obviously, I'm
Like-
capturing as much as I can, but I have to listen to the guides, obviously, and only lift up the camera when I can lift up the camera. And now's one of those times, but yeah, we'll continue up and see what we can film. So one of the main issues here is the sewage.
For people in unprivileged areas. They don't want to fix it because they don't get votes, they don't get money.
Right.
They would have to spend a lot of money.
And all these buildings are illegally built, right?
These are all illegally
Yeah.
built. Yeah, no permission.
Uh-huh.
No.
So you can see this world-class view here again. One of the most famous beaches in the world, Copacabana, Sugarloaf Mountain behind it there. It's just absolutely unreal views.
Yeah, that's why they definitely tell niggas stay at the resort, stay at the resort, stay at the resort.
Love and struggle and so many things wrapped into one in these favelas. Scary, fascinating, charming.
Oh wow, what a view.
Look the trash.
They just throw their rubbish off here.
Look how much.
Oh wow.
Tayani. Nick.
Nick. Ele é da Nova Zelândia. Nick, bonito? I was asking if you're a handsome guy. Yeah, because you have a different beauty they love.
Cool, so we've come into a local shop here and we've met a lovely lady, Tayani, sorry. Is this your shop?
Não, do meu pai.
That's her daddy.
It's a family business.
Family business, yeah.
Do you enjoy living here? You love it?
She love it.
Right.
She gets so excited. She got a big smile.
Yeah.
She's very proud to live here.
Why are you so proud?
Fica maravilhoso de se morar, tranquilo.
It's a marvelous place to live. It's tranquil. It's quiet.
Quiet and peaceful.
Quiet, peaceful. Yeah, peaceful.
Where I come
that's
from,
facts.
these places have a reputation to be the opposite. So what would you say about that? Would you say it's not true? It's actually quite safe and secure here?
Eles ainda não tiveram oportunidade de conhecer. Vai mudar o pensamento deles.
You guys didn't have the opportunity to come here and to change the way you guys thinking about the concept, the meaning of a favela. Stop watching the news.
Right.
Fake
Yeah,
news.
that's
Right.
facts.
Okay.
I agree with her. People from the favelas are happier than the people from the street because they have money. They want to purchase material things and they don't have anything, but they have
Each other.
yeah, man, and they're always hoping for a better future, you know, and we always tend to complain.
Damn.
I want to buy a new iPhone. I want to buy me a new car. I want to buy a new pair of shoes.
Obrigado.
De nada.
Obrigado.
Obrigada.
Valeu, Tayane.
So at this stage I had an opportunity to fly the drone, but I couldn't fly the drone directly over the favela itself. You'll be able to see it on the right-hand side, on the side of the hill there. The reason I couldn't fly it over the favela is because they told me that it would get shot out of the sky with
Yeah, I
a
had a
machine
feeling
gun.
it
Like
would.
I say again, you can see Tyann there, and she's saying it's safe and peaceful, but on the other hand, things can pop off. There are conflicting sides, there are lovely people, but obviously you can't hide from the fact that it's a very dangerous place. The reason they would shoot the drone out of the sky is because they think it's a spy from either police or a rival drug gang. Okay, so we've met a young rapper, gonna do some rapping for us. He's 21, he's pretty gangster.
NBA Young Boys.
They're all the thug boys from the United States.
Right.
He wants to change his life. He doesn't see any change. He's still in the crime.
Young boy.
Young boy.
GM do trap é o trem, porra. Fala agora o que você falou, filha da puta, para de caô.
Okay.
Mas olha agora o canalha chegou, olha a volta que o mundo tá dando. Sai do crime pra virar cantor, foda-se você que não acreditou.
So he wrote these lyrics?
He wrote these lyrics.
Does he have an Instagram I can share?
Yes.
Yeah? What's the name? I'll write it here.
Canalha.
Ele sabe.
Yeah, that nigga next up.
We just took a bit of a trek through the trees. Absolutely
wow.
unreal viewpoint, to be fair. All the major landmarks of Rio that you see in the postcards. Christ the Redeemer up there. Copacabana and Sugarloaf. And the only way to come up here is to go through the favela, and without the guides again, it's not possible. So this is a viewpoint
Fact.
of Rio that's we're very lucky to see this.
You know what I mean? Niggas probably wish they could see that shit, chat. Like, I mean, niggas genuinely wish they asses could like see that view, but you know, cause of the Cabela, they can't. This shit is crazy. But that is a beautiful ass view. Shit not to die for though.
So we've come into a gym here for boxing and things, and they've got all these famous boxers. I just thought it would be cool to show that there's these social projects here. They've also got surf school, arts and theatre, and a bunch of different things. There are things for the kids here. Many kids playing behind the camera here. And they were doing a training and everything, so it's a cool way to get the kids on a good direction in life. So Kelly Slater came here.
Kelly Slater came here, Sakuraba. All these guys, look, the view, swimming pool for swimming.
Did Kelly Slater teach the children surfing?
No, he just came because he used to come here for like surfing competition. He got invited to come to see the project. The owner of this gym, which is this guy here, Claudio Coelho, is with this guy, Cam Shamrock. So all the big guys
Such a great
from
guy,
UFC,
man.
you know.
Doing stuff for the kids. Holy.
So we've come down the hill a bit and we've got this incredible backdrop here with all the favelas on the hillside. We've just hiked to the top of that hill and came down. We're here with Fernando, who's been helping us out here. You grew up your whole life living here?
Fiz parte da comunidade de 83 a
Hey, yo, Jack. You always know it's the real deal. You get that real deal information when you get in that, when you get that raspy voiced grandpa figure that be living in the trenches or wherever his entire life. That nigga really know his shit.
Born in Rio,
Word.
in some area around here. He joined the community from 83 to 86, and then from 86 until 2006, he was just doing several shows in Israel. Dancing show.
He's a professional dancer?
He's a professional dancer. To work visa got expired, and then he had to go back to Brazil.
What countries did he travel to?
Israel, Portugal, França, Espanha,
Israel, Portugal, Spain, France, vai falando, Japan,
Áustria, Bélgica.
Austria, Belgium.
You've been to a lot of European countries.
nigga
What would
traveled
you
the
say the
world.
main difference between Rio specifically?
Olha, eu não vi muita diferença.
Especially black people, right? They feel a lot of racism, right? Especially in Spain.
So he felt discriminated against in
Discriminated
Europe.
against, yeah.
Correr atrás de mim no metrô.
Yeah, they're like
África, volta.
running towards him in metro station.
Towards or
Subway
away?
Station.
Away.
No, towards.
What do you mean?
E começaram a me xingar, macaco. Volta pro
Yeah,
teu
they're
país.
just like discriminating in the subway station, like calling him as like monkey, things like that. A
Seriously?
monkey, yeah.
And what did you like about Europe?
Fui muito bem tratado, porque eu era artista.
Yeah, people really took care of him because he was an artist, kind of like a celebrity, you know, because he was doing like some cool art that people there were not used to. The most country that like he really loved it was Israel. Number one in the world for him.
Deu
Israel
trabalho.
people.
Yeah, the love is
And you
real.
speak Hebrew?
Yes, I love you.
Ride with me if you ride with me, you can
Oh, that's the
slide
same nigga
with me. You
dancing.
feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Okay, I'm getting that.
Brigado. Okay, so we've just come down. I have to make this quite quick. We're at the bottom here. There's people doing crack like right next to us, but yeah,
This nigga
there's some
chatting
intense
loud.
things that we just saw that I can't necessarily talk about. I'll talk about more in the end of the video. Super intense. We just went past a house with like 100 people doing crack in it. Right now we're going to the Millionaire neighborhood so you can see the contrast. Okay, let's get out of here.
Said nigga really want to get out that bitch quick. I'm scare ass nigga.
Can you just explain a bit about this neighborhood?
Yeah, this is the Porsche area, this neighborhood called Leblon. So CEO of companies, bankers, celebrities, really wealthy people.
So it's a gated community, right?
Gate community, yeah.
So there's extremely strict security.
Yes. This guy, for example, a guy that brought the Olympic Games to Brazil, to Rio.
He campaigned for it.
He campaigned.
And how much would a house here cost?
Couple millions of dollars. Some of the houses have elevator.
We just came from the favela and now
Damn.
we're here, and it's in the same city, only 10 minutes apart, but it's basically another country, right?
Yeah, Rio is a city of big contrast. The wealthy people live in one side, and cross street from this wealthy neighborhood, people from the favela live, right?
Easily walk around these streets at night, no problem.
Here, no problem.
No.
Here, there are a lot of cameras, a lot of private security. It's a private neighborhood inside Leblon district. You get so impressed with the size of the houses, you know, the size of the wall, the gates, the doors, you know, just crazy.
So where are we
Nigga trying to low-key
exactly
hide
now?
the
here's
camera,
called
man.
Piscinão de Ramos. I kind of joke around, it's like Rio's Dubai. It's like a fake beach, you know?
What's the safety situation in this part of town? Is it quite dangerous or?
It's quite dangerous, not exactly where we are, but around us, a lot of slums.
Right.
And from different drug gangs, and there's always conflict between them because they want to dispute drug territory.
So a lot of people from the like lower class neighborhoods come here to enjoy like a day out. So a lot of the people here will be from surrounding favelas.
Yeah,
and things.
because it's far away to go to the beach from here to the beach.
So the government created this.
They created.
That's quite nice, right?
It's very nice. I think here's like the real people of Rio.
Right.
The hard work people. I love it. I love it.
Can you just tell me what you were saying before about how the people in the favelas are human and they're only growing up and they're a product of their environment?
Imagine, man, you're born like your father is alcoholic, your mom is a prostitute, right? And you're born like seeing kids using drugs, having motorcycle, cars, girls. So that's the main reference you have.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
other good reference, the positive side that you have, soccer players, artists. So that's a good reference, but we don't have enough players for you to have as a hero, right? So usually they focus on this negative side.
But yeah, Iran would be great because it's safe.
Nigga trying to go back to his damn
There were
resort.
many things that I could not show, and many things that were very extreme. How do I say this? There's a lot of things I can't tell you. Is the truth. The amount of weapons we saw today, the amount of crack cocaine use that we saw was extreme. The amount of internal security that we saw, we got assessed by people of the gang. We had prior clearance, we had to stop, wait, they had to assess us. There were times where it got a bit uncomfortable between people. Luckily we were with Guilherme and he is smooth and he is very good talker. He knows how to handle situations where many would freeze. He jumps in there and things go well when they could go very south very quickly.
Damn.
Diego, my friend that I'm traveling with, grown up in Sao Paulo, the biggest city, he's just told me to please tell you guys how shocked he was. He's grown up in this country. You know, you've seen it's like countries within a country. It's so much disparity. You've seen the $1 million neighborhood, all that extreme wealth. But even just driving between these places, like crime is high here. Like I'm not gonna try and portray it in any other way because that's reality. I'm not at all trying to put a bad light on Rio or in Brazil in general. I'm coming here documenting it. This is what I've seen. I'm sharing with you. I'm not trying to put like any kind of spin on it, but what we saw today was
holy shit.
we saw some of the top guys, I'll say that.
This
and
nigga's
we
terrified.
saw a lot of guns and even things more than that. I can't go into specifics because it's not fair on the people who make their living here and the people that we've interacted with. It's not at all fair.
Probably
But we
like
saw some
prostitutes
things.
and shit like that.
I'm gonna have to leave it to your imagination. I'm really sorry. I would love to share it, but it's just not. It's not the right thing to do, and it's not wise. I'm sure you can understand. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't want to start any kind of flare up or anything because you never know who's going to see this video. Something that was really shocking was the police station and the gangs are very close, a stone's throw away, less. They're right next to it, you know, the gangs with the guns. And don't want to say too much. So a huge thank you to Guilherme and his partner Rafa. You guys are legends. Great getting to know you. I'll leave their channel below, food and travel videos. Anyway, I'm sure I've got more to say, but it's been I mean, I don't have to say it's been overwhelming. That should be obvious.
This nigga's pressed. That nigga's scared of shit, chat. The way that nigga was talking through the end, no, that nigga is terrified. Nigga does not want to return. On everything, that nigga is scared. Rightfully so, fuck. Nigga, I be pussy. Nigga pull up on me, try to take my camera. Yes, sir. Here you go. You can have my camera. I didn't even need it anyway, sir. Fuck. Fuck no, that shit is scary. God damn.